When I watched the Hotline Bling video, I was like, this motherfucker, good Lord. Like, it's like 50 gifts in a row. He never verbalized it. He never was like, I made this video for the real heads on the internet, for all my Giphy heads. Like, he didn't say that, but the kids don't need you to tell them. They know.
I don't know if Drake loves the internet, but the internet loves him.
Drake uses the internet better than any rapper. His music videos, album covers, and social media presence show an unrivaled internet savvy. He is very aware of how he is perceived on the internet and how to create moments that will explode online.
His career basically mirrored social media and mirrored the evolution of social media, and it's totally worked to his advantage. That evolving into him being very active on Twitter and promoting himself through Facebook, and now evolving into Instagram.
He would just have some of the cringiest tweets about like Aubrey Plaza and like being the only Aubreys. Those tweets would just go viral because they're going like, hey, this guy whose music we enjoy is like also one of the corniest dudes alive. While you were making fun of him, you were kind of constantly reminded of like, yeah, this is Drake. Yeah, this is Drake. And that kind of endears you to him. And I think at some point he realized like, hey, I'm clearly just amazing meme potential. So like, let me capitalize on this. Let me implement it in my videos. Let me implement it into my music.
This is the thing, our tripod is from like 1855, so like, yeah, maybe we just wait for the camera guy and then he'll just, I'm leaving this for you because that's you.
Jay and Trey Richards are comedians behind the YouTube channel For Y'all Entertainment. They make very Toronto-specific videos that have earned international attention.
Pre the 6-side in a way you never pre'd it before, fam. T.Goon Scrap DVD captures bare shit that makes a real T.Goon Scrap.
So right now we are setting up the Random Order podcast. Every time this little bubble's in the middle, I look back at this tripod and it just does not look right.
Camera guy's like 50 minutes out. We could just.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Cameraman where? I'm right here.
2017, we got a text from Wanda. Drake is thinking about putting a clip from T.Goon Scrap on More Life. Is that okay? And we're like, of course, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine for Drake to use. Yeah, sure. Essentially, T.Goon Scrap is in the exaggerated Toronto. A bunch of Toronto goons who have super short tempers.
T.Goon Scrap DVD. Man, them get dealt with at STC.
This video, T.Goon Scrap, was like our first video that kind of went like viral and did like really, really well in the city.
And we're proud of
it. We're super proud of it, yeah. We're already at our high. We're in Hawaii, we're celebrating my birthday.
Yeah. So we got home and the first time we heard it was when everyone else heard it. So immediately Twitter started going crazy, like, yo, did you guys hear that? Like, yo, we're listening.
And I just trying to pass a man the sheet house one time.
You put food on the table for me, man.
Soft.
I see you. You pay my bills, right? Like, you're a waste, man.
But why just sample a viral video when you can star in it, which is what Drake did in Goon Scrap DVD 2.
So at that point, we had Drake's number already, and then we're at home writing, and we're like, yo.
You know what'd be crazy?
You know what'd be crazy? So call me nuts. But maybe, we text Drake and ask him if he's interested in being a part of T.Goon Scrap 2. He's obviously into T.Goon Scrap 1. I'm sure that he'll be for the cause. We sent the text. It was a risky text. We tossed the phone.
Yeah.
We went about our day. It was a long day.
That was a long day.
Just waiting for that text to come back. And then we got a text back. He's like, yeah, for sure, I'm down. Now, how about we wait till I come home so we can shoot it properly in person? And we're like, yeah. Sure. I forgot he was an actor.
Yeah, like, I really forgot.
Really good.
Like, this is what you do.
We had a general premise and we shot 3 times. 3 of them were a little bit different, but they're all super funny.
Rate the film a 10? That's what you're telling Tycho, bro? That's what you're telling Tycho, bro?
It's a tree, though,
bro. It's not a tree, bro.
It's a tree.
You know it's a 10,
yo, bro. No,
Drake, bro. You know it's a 10, bro. Yo, my God. You know, bro.
Yo, it's a tree. Yo, bro, it's a tree. No forest.
Are you crazy, bro?
Bro, it's a tree, man. You know what it is, bro. What's wrong with these guys, man?
Drake's internet presence and his business strategy are so woven together that I swear they'll start a fire. He does not exist without the internet, and the internet does not really function without him, because you can speak in his face and you sort of know what someone else is trying to say.
I think Drake creates moments. I think of like the lint roller moment at the basketball game. Like, obviously, like, on one hand, that's like a weird flex, but on the other hand, it's like people are gonna laugh about that.
Lint rollers!
He plays into those moments very well. He knows that it's coming. He knows what to do with them and how to capitalize off of them and make sure that if you're gonna call him, you know, this cornball artist, that he's gonna play into that really well and be that person for you to buy his music. And that's a massive part of his strategy.
I honestly can't think of anyone, even forget before Drake, but even since Drake, who has had that kind of like fluid and understanding of what his public perception was. So knowing that even if you hate Drake, you're kind of like, Drake knows and he's okay with it. Who else is that true of?
Backstage, right before I came out, my friend showed me this meme he found online, and it really shook me. It was a picture of me dancing in my Hotline Bling video, and some joker had put a caption on it that said, "When you farted and got away with it."
And when you think about from a strategic perspective, he's able to weather any of these storms that have happened because he's not beholden to some super fixed idea of like, I'm only one way, and you can only see me this one way.
If you're gonna be this like big star, it's nice to remember that you're also just a person with a sense of humor. You've got to have a sense of humor about these things, because at a certain point you have to look at your life and say, wow, like look what's happened.
Being a fan on the internet means kind of like, I like you, but I'm also like in charge of you, and I'm kind of like playing with you a little bit. Like you're a toy a little bit to your internet fans.
There's a few viral moments in Drake's career that completely transcended his fan base. One of the first was the Hotline Bling music video.
I think Hotline Bling was a genius move.
Yeah.
To see him like not take himself so seriously, he's like being super goofy and dancing. He knows he's not a dancer, but he's full out dancing for the whole video. It's very iconic and it's so easy to meme.
The choreography, the set design, the like lighting, everything was just awesome.
Pink and it's blue, and then there's a mood there, and it's something that's so simple, but you can absolutely tell that it is fundamentally Drake. You get so much more out of it than just, you know, watching this guy and all these dancers wearing a grandpa sweater.
And I remember that weekend very vividly. Basically, all of Twitter was gifts from that video. All of Twitter, sports Twitter, media Twitter, everybody was using that stuff.
Right away, as soon as the video went up, I'm seeing memes go up of him playing Wii tennis. That goes all over the internet. Everyone knows, oh, it's from Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
You go check out the video.
Makes the song bigger.
Drake knew the power of this video early on. Choreographer Tanisha Scott told Complex that Drake predicted the meme potential of the video while watching back the footage on set.
Drake understood, like, okay, how do people talk to each other? They talk to each other via memes. Okay, they talk, how do we make memes? Okay, well, maybe they'll make memes for us on their own if we provide them with like interesting raw source material.
It's so funny because that video came out a long time ago, and it was just referenced in a show, the Black Lady Sketch Show.
Oh, hell no, I did not watch Hotline Bling 42 times to be disrespected like this.
It's become like a pop culture meme that has transcended time. Like, it's still being referenced, and that's what you want.
Part of the way that people communicate with each other on the internet is by this kind of like borrowing and appropriating of your image and your essence.
I did a Kiki challenge before it was like a challenge, and
I can't dance, so I didn't do it. But yeah.
I was just on a beach and I'm just like, yo, like play the song. Because every time I heard it, I just wanted to dance.
In 2018, Drake had his most viral moment yet with the dance craze, the Kiki challenge. Not long after the release of Drake's album, Scorpion, New York internet comedian Shiggy posted a video of himself dancing to the Drake track, In My Feelings. The video quickly got millions of views and started a craze dubbed the Kiki Challenge. Drake took the lessons he learned from the virality of the Hotline Bling video and leaned into the phenomenon. He did the dance himself and cast Shiggy in the official music video for the song. More than 500,000 Kiki Challenge videos have been uploaded by people including Will Smith, Ciara, DJ Khaled, and Millie Bobby Brown. The reach of this song and Drake's brand extends well into the billions. In fact, the Kiki Challenge became so popular that law enforcement and the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board issued warnings to citizens about shooting the videos.
Our nation's highways and roadways are not the place for you to display your dance moves. Do them on the dance floor.
Whether they knew it or not, these police statements likely brought more attention to the dance craze. Ultimately, the Kiki Challenge helped propel In My Feelings to become Drake's 6th #1 single. It also made him the record holder for the most #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 chart by a rapper.
I think part of it is like, obviously that was generated by a fan. So it didn't come from the record label, it didn't come from him, it came from his fan base, and that is more authentic and organic than anything else. The fact that he was resharing the best Kiki moments and the fact that you had celebrities also participating in it, I think that showed that he supported it and endorsed it and encouraged more people to participate. What if he shares it, you know? I have 5 minutes of fame. Then people participate it, they share it amongst their friend groups, it goes viral, and it feeds into one of his businesses.
Virality is basically, you know, roulette. Like you have no idea what is going to be the big winner, but it's always going to be a safe bet that it's going to be something Drake related.
Being the biggest in the game makes you a target for rap beefs. But Drake wasn't just cultivating fans online, he was conscripting an army of supporters to have his back when things got hot.
That shit? I can't believe I just tied him on a 4.
It don't match your shirt still.
Yo, you gotta see what this bet is right now. His watch against $60. Why are beefs important in hip hop? I feel, well, number one, the entertainment value is always incredible, especially when you get two guys that are really, you know, dope at what they're doing. And it's really good to see how people, you know, react to it. How people take their wins and how people take their losses, to me, is very important. So when you get people at a certain caliber, like Drake, like Jay-Z, like Nas, it opens up this crazy, like, you know, this crazy vibe around the world, and people wanna just choose who they love better. It's like wrestling. It's like wrestling.
Beefs have always been a part of hip hop culture. And I think when we look at them and we look at Drake being in them, it's just another part of, you know, his career. It's just part of the game. And I think when he comes and addresses these things, he's very strategic in the way that he does it.
It's been said that there's no bigger moneymaker than the smartly played rap beef. So it may be no surprise that Drake has been in the center of some of the biggest. Here are his most contentious. At the end of 2011, Drake traded disses with OG Chicago rapper Common after he made fun of Drake for not being tough enough on his song Sweet. In 2012, Drake and Chris Brown allegedly got into an altercation at a New York nightclub. The fight was reportedly over Rihanna. The feud lasted many years until the two made amends, eventually collaborating together on the track No Guidance. In 2013, Drake's main rival for the rap throne, Kendrick Lamar, traded disses with the rapper, starting with Lamar's epic provocation, Control, a song that picked a fight with basically everyone in the rap game.
And that goes for Jamaica, Big Crit Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake.
Most famously, in 2018, Drake beefed with Pusha T. It resulted in Pusha revealing that Drake has a son, something he had kept secret. This beef created a global media storm of epic proportions.
But I mean, for me, the biggest thing that I saw that made me start to realize, okay, this dude is strategic is the way he handled his beef with Meek Mill. You know, I mean, just the way he played that whole situation.
Although his beef with Pusha T may have made the biggest headlines, no beef has revealed Drake's strategy and his internet savvy more than the one with Meek Mill. The whole thing started when Meek tweeted that Drake's verse on Meek's song, Rico, was ghostwritten, although Drake has asserted that he writes his own raps.
There's not much to say, fam. They told me to tell you you measure some wastemans and stay in your place, fam. My dad is from Memphis and I am the king. I should probably just move into Graceland.
You get a guy that's super clean cut, and he's, as far as the general population is concerned, he's the R&B guy. And then you're like, yo, but Meek Mill is like, he's got the streets, and he's such a lyrical monster. Like, holy shit, this is going to be crazy. He's really gonna try. He's really gonna try Drake. Oh man, I don't think he really knows what's gonna happen.
The beef played out the way all the best ones do, through the music. Drake released the first song, Charged Up.
6 God is watching. I just hope you're prepared to face him. I'm charged up.
It's like, all right, people say I can't rap, so let me respond with a rap. People say I don't write my rap, so let me respond with a rap. He gave him Charged Up.
I come from a battle rap background, so when I look at these records, I've got so many years in battle rap that I look at them all different. I felt Charged Up was an incredible bait. It was a bait. It was like, let's play.
Drake didn't wait for Meek to respond with his own diss track. He hit him with a second song just a few days later, the cleverly titled Back to Back.
Yeah, I learned the game from William Wesley. You can never check me. Back to back for the niggas that didn't get the message. Back to back like I'm on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Back to back like I'm Jordan 96, 97. Whoa.
Then he waited for Meek. 4 days later, he gave you one of the top 5 diss records of all time, back to back. Like, that shit has to shut all the naysayers up. Because if you're saying I don't write, how did I come up with these 2 records just that quick?
Back to Back is probably one of my favorite Drake songs of all time. It includes my favorite Drake line of all time. Meek's opening for his girlfriend, Nicki Minaj's tour, and he says, is that... I can't, this line is so fucking... Okay. Drake is like...
Is that a world tour, your girl's tour? I know that you gotta be a thug for her. This ain't what she meant when she told you to open up more.
That is the greatest thing I have ever heard in my life.
I waited 4 days, nigga, where y'all at? I drove here in a rave playing AR app.
Let's go. I dropped Charged Up. 4 days later, I waited for y'all to respond. That's not even a week when Meek finally found a studio. You know, it just didn't cut it. It didn't cut it at all.
The super duper street rapper Meek Mill at the time took him forever to respond. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, this dude is very strategic.
But the move that had everyone's jaws on the floor happened at OVO Fest that year. Drake recognized that the real battle was being played out by fans on social media, and they delivered the final blow to Meek.
I remember being at OVO Fest, and you know, it's like a very impressive thing. You're like, he's an artist, he has his own festival, like a beautiful crowd, tens of thousands of people. And then he starts throwing up all these images on the screen, all the memes of Meek. And I realized, oh wow, like not only has he learned how to use the internet to his benefit, he understands that the internet has been weaponized against his enemy. And then he is re-weaponizing what the internet has already done on a very public scale with 15, 20,000 kids, all with phones, posting things online. It was like, oh no, y'all are my publicists. It was devastating. I don't often think of Drake as mean, but it was mean. He was also like very, very savvy. And I think half the reason that beef like didn't go further is Meek didn't have an equivalent arsenal.
Drake and Meek continued to trade jabs in the years that followed, but they ultimately reconciled and recorded the song Going Bad.
Back home smoking legal. I got more slaps than the Beatles.
Meek Mill's recovery from it, I thought was incredible as well. He was able to own up a loss, and his bounce back was incredible. So, you know, and it was beautiful at the end of it all to see them get over that.
Drake's had a lot of beefs and a lot of issues and accusations and things thrown at him about songwriting, but no one cares about any of that because, again, once the music's great, it overrides all of that.
I mean, think of how popular Drake has been. And for how long? Why haven't 50 people gone at Drake? Why haven't 100 people gone at Drake? A couple reasons. One, he's really good. He's probably your role model. Number two, he's very well connected. He's friends with everybody. And also, Drake is not going to back down. He's not scared to go. As a rap fan, like, that makes me happy. I'd be really bummed if he was scared to go.
Drake's internet savvy has helped make him a household name, fueling his brand and helping him reach mogul status.
He's making those decisions very wisely. He's not quick on those endorsements. It's more of a sniper attack. Yeah.